This is Alicia Danielle Lofton, a 38-year-old mother of three who would be shot dead instantly after walking into her husband sleeping with men. In the early hours of August 17, 2023 at around 8:30 a.m., police responded to a frantic 911 call reporting gunshots fired at 1411 Union Avenue Southeast. Upon their arrival, officers were met with a horrifying sight. Alicia Lofton's lifeless body lay on the ground near the intersection of Adams Street and Union Avenue. The scene was chilling, her body riddled with several gunshot wounds. Just moments earlier, Alicia had walked in on her husband sleeping with men. In a tragic retaliation, her own husband would shoot her dead instantly. But before that, let me take you back to how it all began.
I just want the court to know that this guy is a piece of garbage. My daughter introduced me to this guy one time, and I didn't like him from minute one. Not much more I can say about this guy other than I wish I could handle this and serve justice on his right now. And that's it.
Living in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Alicia Danielle Lofton was a woman who radiated positivity, warmth, and a profound love for her family. A devoted mother, she dedicated herself entirely to her three children. Each at a different stage in life, her eldest on the brink of graduating from high school and preparing to attend Grand Valley State University. Her oldest daughter was also rounding up college, and her youngest daughter was ready to finish high school. Alicia's life was centered around her children. Everything she did was driven by her deep desire to give them the best life possible. She had a heart of gold, always willing to offer the last of what she had to those in need, which earned her the admiration and respect of everyone who knew her. Her accomplishments as a single mother were extraordinary, and despite the challenges, Alicia made it look easy. She built a life that balanced work, family, and love. But in February 2023, she embarked on a new chapter. She entered a serious relationship with 44-year-old Marcus Durael Lofton, a man whose presence seemed to promise happiness and stability. Marcus, known in town for his flashy yet gentlemanly demeanor, quickly became a key part of Alicia's life. The two shared countless moments of joy, captured in photos and videos that they posted online. Their chemistry was undeniable, filled with playful interactions, laughter, and even spontaneous dances that painted a picture of a couple deeply in love. Marcus, or Bug as his friends called him, was known for his generosity. Whether he was helping people in need or showing off his stylish wardrobe and prized cars, he exuded confidence and charm. Despite his previous reputation of having multiple relationships, he had never been one to publicly commit. But with Alicia, he made a marked change. For the first time, he openly acknowledged their relationship, signaling that this was something different, something serious. To many, it appeared that Alicia had found the partner she deserved. A man who would stand by her and support her through the ups and downs of life. Their social media posts told a story of love, laughter, and excitement. Alicia's commitment to family life was clear, and she poured her heart into her children and her relationship with Marcus. By February 2023, the couple took a monumental step. They decided to marry and formalize their commitment to each other. Their wedding was a celebration that appeared to promise a joyful future, and their posts reflected a couple basking in the glow of marital bliss. However, barely 3 months later, things started to change. Behind the picture-perfect posts, cracks began to appear in the foundation of their marriage. Within 3 months of their wedding, the happy facade began to crumble, and the reality of their marriage took a dark turn. Alicia's close friends and family began to notice the subtle signs of strain. Long silences, unexplained absences, and a growing tension between the two. While the world continued to see their radiant photos on social media, Alicia's inner circle began to wonder if the happiness they projected was just a mask hiding deeper issues. What seemed like an ideal marriage, filled with love and joy, quickly became something else. Something that would ultimately leave Alicia's family reeling and her loved ones searching for answers. The honeymoon phase was short-lived, and the true nature of their relationship began to reveal itself in ways no one had expected. As the seasons shifted from spring to fall in 2023, Alicia's life, once full of love and promise, began to unravel. The whispers of infidelity that had barely brushed the edges of her consciousness. By May, it grew louder. This made her question the trust that she had once held firmly for Marcus. The rumors hinted at his unfaithfulness, and the weight of the uncertainty gnawed at Alicia. Unsure of what to believe, she confronted Marcus with her suspicions, hoping for answers. What followed was nothing short of explosive. Tensions flared, and the arguments that ensued only deepened the cracks in their marriage. With each heated exchange, the emotional toll on Alicia became unbearable. The person she had once loved was now at the center of accusations, and with each passing day, her trust in him shattered further. The weight of the deceit was too much to bear, and Alicia reached a critical turning point. She could no longer endure a marriage clouded with secrets, lies, and betrayal. It was clear. Something had to change. By August 2023, Alicia, no longer willing to remain passive, took matters into her own hands. Unable to trust Marcus's words, she decided to investigate the rumors herself. Instead of hiring a private investigator, she took an unprecedented step. She posted Marcus's photo in the popular Facebook group dedicated to women seeking answers about their potentially cheating partners. The responses she received weren't just confirming her suspicions, they were chilling. Each message seemed to confirm the worst, with women recounting experiences that mirrored her own fears, turning Alicia's worst nightmare into an undeniable reality. Still reeling from the information, Alicia's distress reached a critical breaking point when she stumbled across something even more damning. A secretly recorded video that appeared to show Marcus in a compromising situation with other men. The impact of this discovery was overwhelming, the evidence undeniable. Anger and frustration consumed her as she grappled with the betrayal that had unfolded right before her eyes. In a moment of emotional clarity, Alicia made a bold decision. She went live on Facebook, ready to expose Marcus for what he had done. Holding the proof in her hand, she confronted him with the undeniable truth of his actions. But just as quickly as it had begun, Alicia's live broadcast was cut short. Her Facebook page mysteriously disappeared, sparking rumors that Marcus may have pressured her to deactivate it. Was this a last-ditch effort to maintain control over a situation that was quickly slipping out of his hands? The sudden disappearance of her online presence only added another layer of intrigue to the already volatile situation. The aftermath of Alicia's discovery was both devastating and eye-opening. Having reached her breaking point, Alicia realized that this revelation marked the end of her marriage. The evidence was irrefutable, and the emotional toll had finally reached its peak. The future, once filled with the promise of love and commitment, was now clouded with the undeniable truth of Marcus's betrayal. Alicia was done. The road ahead would be one of healing, but the decision to walk away was final. She served Marcus with divorce papers, signaling the formal commencement of the end of their marriage. However, that wasn't the only decision Alicia made that day. She also informed Marcus that she intended to sell the home. Alicia had now clouded with the undeniable truth of Marcus's betrayal. Alicia was done. The road ahead would be one of healing, but the decision to walk away was final. She served Marcus with divorce papers, signaling the formal commencement of the end of their marriage. However, that wasn't the only decision Alicia made that day. She also informed Marcus that she intended to sell the home. Alicia had made up her mind. She was determined to escape the nightmare that had engulfed her. Alicia and Marcus had been living apart for 3 months following the heated altercation in May. But what should have been a routine parting of ways escalated into an unbearable nightmare. Marcus, devastated by the divorce papers, couldn't control his rage. Instead of respecting Alicia's decision to move on, he began to act irrationally, fueled by jealousy and anger. In the early hours of August 17th, just a day after receiving the divorce papers, Marcus would make the unsettling decision to visit the home he once shared with Alicia to have a conversation. This move raised serious alarms, considering Alicia had taken a restraining order against Marcus, a precaution she had taken for her safety during the divorce proceedings. He was ordered to stay away from the home. Despite the clear legal boundaries, Marcus chose to go there anyway. At around 8 a.m., Marcus arrived at the home. According to Marcus, he was suspicious that Alicia might be having secret meetings with their realtor and contemplating plans to keep the money all to herself once the home was sold. The confrontation, which started as an argument, quickly escalated. The heated argument turned violent when Marcus grabbed Alicia's Glock from the drawer. According to Marcus, the events of that night spiraled out of control in a moment of intense anger. In a fit of rage, he claimed to have grabbed Alicia's gun from the drawer where she kept it. What started as an impulsive act of violence, he said, quickly turned into a tragic accident. The weapon discharged, striking Alicia. In a panic, Alicia, wounded and desperate to escape, fled to a nearby bedroom, securing the door behind her. But Marcus, consumed by rage, wasn't done. Fueled by anger and a desire to maintain control, he broke through the door and found his wife, bloodied and trying to make her way out through the bedroom window. In what can only be described as a moment of unimaginable cruelty, Marcus then took aim and fired multiple shots at Alicia, hitting her in the head, neck, and torso. Without any hesitation, Marcus fled the scene, speeding away in his maroon SUV, leaving a trail of destruction behind him. Just minutes later, police responded to a frantic 911 call reporting gunshots fired at 1411 Union Ave SE. Upon their arrival, officers were met with a horrifying sight. Alicia Lofton's lifeless body lay on the ground near the intersection of Adams Street and Union Avenue. The scene was chilling, her body riddled with fatal gunshot wounds.
2 people are dead after 2 shootings on Grand Rapids' south side. The incidents taking place this morning within hours of one another. News 8's Demetrius Sanders spoke with the sister of one of the victims. He shares their message.
The most recent of the 2 shootings happened at a home on Union Avenue Southeast at around 8 this morning, claiming the life of a woman. Tonight, that woman's sister says she's shocked about the situation. A morning of violence in Grand Rapids. At around 1:40 a.m., officers say a man was shot on Burton Street Southwest between Division and Buchanan. He later died at the hospital. Just more than 6 hours later, a woman was killed after shots were fired on Union Avenue Southeast near Oakdale. Police say they don't believe the 2 incidents are connected, and the second shooting was likely a domestic incident.
Her best friend called me and was literally hysterical. And I jumped up, what's going on, what's wrong? And she said my sister is gone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, like I just talked to my sister a couple days ago. What are you talking about? I get here, she's already gone.
Cassie White says it was her older sister that during the shooting on Union Avenue.
I'm just so lost for words. I can't cry. I'm cried out. This hits home.
She declined to identify her sister, but says she was a mother of 3 with the heart of gold.
My sister was fun. She was goofy. She liked to go out, have a good time, very well dressed. She loved her kids, make sure her kids was intact and ordered before she did anything.
White says her sister was in a relationship and she's surprised domestic violence may have been involved in her death.
It was very shocking because I could never, see that type of thing being, something my sister would, be dealing with.
While talking with News 8, White says she's keeping in mind the many people impacted by that type of violence.
It's becoming too common nowadays in Grand Rapids, let alone Michigan. It's not fair. It's not fair.
She says her sister was known by many, and this is a big loss.
I love my sister, and I'm definitely going to miss her.
Now, a suspect has been arrested for the shooting on Union Avenue. Police say a person of interest has been identified for the shooting on Burton Street, but no arrests have been made.
A neighbor who had witnessed the events unfold recounted the horrific scene. The neighbor had heard a loud argument between the couple, followed by the unmistakable sound of gunfire. Looking out from the window, the neighbor saw Marcus's maroon SUV speeding away from the scene. The image of the car fading into the night, leaving behind the tragedy that would forever alter the lives of those who knew Alicia. Following the brutal murder of Alicia Lofton, investigators quickly turned their attention to Marcus Lofton as a primary suspect. The very next day, on August 18th, they spotted him walking in the 1200 block of North Avenue NE and arrested him without incident. He was charged with open murder, and on Thursday, September 28th, he was formally ordered to stand trial for the killing of his wife, Alicia Danielle Lofton.
At noon, we're learning more about an early morning shooting on the southeast side of Grand Rapids that killed one person. 13 on your side's Nate Belt joins us live from the scene with more.
Yeah, we're right now at the intersection of Union and Oakdale, southeast side of Grand Rapids. Want to give you a look specifically 1400 block of Union. You can see just down the road here, police continuing to investigate outside of the home. You see that umbrella on the ground, 2 officers standing outside. That is where they've been going in and out of all morning. Chief Eric Winstrom tells us they got a 911 call reporting gunshots in the area around 8 this morning. When officers arrived, they found a woman inside the home here. The suspect wasn't found immediately, but Winstrom says they were able to track that person to the northeast side of Grand Rapids. That's where they were taken into custody. Now, the chief also tells us the suspect and victim were not the only ones who lived inside the home.
We know that there are kids that live in the home or that frequent the home, talking to neighbors. We're trying to locate those children. It's very much developing where we're trying to figure out everyone's identity and where everyone lives. Our first priority is to locate and identify those kids and make sure they're safe. We're working on that actively right now.
Now, again, Chief Winstrom emphasizes there is no ongoing threat to the public at this time, as this was believed to be a domestic incident. And as you heard him say, the investigation continues by the Grand Rapids Police Department, and we will continue to follow up on that and bring you updates as soon as we have them, both on air and online. But for now, reporting live in Grand Rapids, Nate Belt, 13 on your side.
During his police interview, Marcus revealed a disturbing sequence of events. He confessed that Alicia had served him with divorce papers on August 16th, along with her decision to sell their home. This news came as a shock to Marcus, and despite a prior court order preventing him from contacting her due to an earlier domestic violence arrest in May, he violated the order the following morning. Around 8 a.m. on August 17th, Marcus made his way to the Union Avenue home where he and Alicia had lived, and the confrontation